Today we are going to discuss the complex reactions in which the molecularity is greater than 3. The molecularity value maximum should be 3, but more than 3 molecularity if it appears in any given equation, that equation must be taken as what? Complex reaction. That must be a complex reaction. Yeah. So today we are going to discuss what? The molecularity of some complex reactions. Molecularity of some complex reactions. Okay. So which occur in 2 or more steps. Complex reactions occur in 2 or more steps. Suppose if you take what now? H2O2, dissociation of H2O2. This H2O2 dissociates into, actually if you take 2 H2O2 gives us 2 H2O plus O2. In this reaction, how many H2O2 molecules colliding with each other? 2 molecules. 2 molecules are colliding with each other. Therefore, we say molecularity of this reaction is 2. Okay. Actually, this reaction is a complex reaction. It occurs in 2 steps. Okay. So now, if you take this reaction, the step 1 of this reaction is 1 H2O2 molecule dissociates into 1 H2O plus nascent oxygen, NaSCENT, nascent oxygen is highly reactive species. Nascent oxygen we can write like this, or half O2 also they can mention. Half O2 means how many atoms? 1 atom. Half O2 indicates what? 1 atom of oxygen. So this is nascent oxygen atom. Okay. So this is a highly reactive species. Highly reactive species. This highly reactive species immediately reacts with what? One more H2O2 molecule. So in the first step, H2O2 is dissociated, decomposed into 1 H2O and nascent oxygen. Now this nascent oxygen, newly born oxygen. Nascent oxygen meaning what? Newly born. So this nascent oxygen again attacks but one more H2. So in step 2, if you observe, see, again one more H2O2 molecule is attacked by which atom, which species here? This oxygen atom. This oxygen atom is what now? Oxygen atom shown within square bracket is called nascent oxygen, which is highly reactive. Highly reactive means highly energetic, more energetic. More energetic means least stable. Whenever a species is highly reactive, meaning what? More energetic. More energetic meaning what? Less stable. So this highly energetic nascent oxygen formed in first step immediately attacks what? One more H2O2 to form what again? In this case, again H2O2 will dissociate into, it dissociates into again H2O and nascent oxygen. This H2O2 also will dissociate into first H2 and nascent oxygen. This nascent oxygen combine to form what? H2. And already, O2 and here H2O is there now. So this H2O is formed along with O2 molecule. Here nascent oxygen will combine to form O2. And H2O is formed. This is the concept here. So in this way now here, what happens is that, now this is what step 2. In step 2, in case of step 2, what we have to understand? In step 2, how many reacting species combining with each other? Tell me. In step 2, how many reacting species? One molecule of H2O2, one atom of oxygen. So 2 species, 2 particles colliding with each other. So what should be molecularity of this individual reaction? It should be 2. Molecularity is 2 here. And in this first step, what is the molecularity? 1. Only one H2O2 molecule is involved here. It is what now? Having molecularity 1. So this reaction is having what? This step is having what? Molecularity 1. Molecularity 1. And what is the molecularity here? 1 you take. M is equal to 1. Molecularity is equal to 1. Here molecularity is what now? 2. Here how many particles? One H2O2 and one O combining with each other. So it is having molecularity 2 here. In this case, molecularity 1. So it is unimolecular reaction. It is bimolecular reaction. That point keep in mind. But if we take the overall reaction H2O2 2 moles, if we take, we feel that it is bimolecular reaction. But it is actually complex reaction, occurs in 2 steps. That point we have to understand first. Now tell me here, these two steps are there. How to get this overall reaction? How to get the overall reaction? Is called what here? Overall reaction. Okay. So this overall reaction can be obtained by adding the two equations. By adding the two steps, we can get overall reaction. How to add the two steps, two equations? How can be added here? How two equations can be added? We have to understand first. When we add two equations, what we have to do is that we have to cancel if any common species available on opposite sides. On opposite sides, if any common species are available, we have to cancel them. Suppose here reactants, here in this step products. Reactants of first step, products of second step should be cancelled if any common things there. And products of first step, reactants of second step should be cancelled if any common things are there. Now check it here, H2O2, here H2O2 not there, common species not there. But here H2O, here H2O not there, common species not there. Here oxygen, here oxygen. So nascent oxygen can be cancelled. Is that clear now? Now nothing can be cancelled other than nascent oxygen. After cancelling the common species on opposite side, we have to write what now? The reactants of overall reaction as what? The leftover reactants of two steps. The leftover reactants of the two steps. Leftover reactants of two steps should be written as reactants of overall reaction. And leftover products in the two steps. The leftover products in the two steps should be written as what? Products of overall reaction. Now tell me reactant side, what are left over here? H2O2, H2O. How many molecules of H2O2? 2 molecules of H2O. So 2 H2O2 gives rise to, tell me here, what is left over? 1 H2O left over, 1 H2O left over. 2 H2O plus here, it is not there. This also cancelled here, both are same here. Now here O2, 1 O2 is left over. So O2. Like this here, this equation has come out. This overall equation we have got. Is that clear? So overall reaction is what here? 2 H2O2 gives rise to 2 H2O plus O. In this reaction, if you observe, molecularity we are getting 2 here. Is that clear? So molecularity of complex reaction. Now this is what here? Complex reaction. Complex reaction. So molecularity of complex reaction is meaningless. Molecularity of complex reaction we cannot take. We have to say molecularity of individual step. In a complex reaction, if 2 or more steps are there, for each and every step we have to say molecularity individually. We should not say molecularity of a complex reaction, because complex reaction does not complete in a single step. So we cannot say molecularity. So molecularity should be taken only for what? Every step. For every elementary step, for every single step, we have to take what? Molecularity. That point mainly you have to understand. Is the concept there? Next now. Another ionic reaction take, one more ionic equation taking. Here 2 moles of MnO4 minus. MnO4 minus what now? Permanganate. 2 moles of permanganate ions. Permanganate ions. From which molecule we have taken? From KMnO4. From KMnO4 we have taken what? MnO4 minus. MnO4 minus ion is taken from KMnO4. That point keep in mind. Here K plus is there, MnO4 minus is there. So from this molecule we have taken MnO4 minus. How many moles of MnO4 minus? 2 moles of MnO4 minus is taken here, right? Next, plus 16H plus. 16 H plus ions. Now 16 H plus ions represent here, H plus ions represent acidic medium or basic medium. H plus ions here, acidic medium. Acidic medium. So in acidic medium, we have taken what now? 2 moles of MnO4. Now in acidic medium, 2 moles of MnO4 minus reacting with 5 moles of oxalate. How many moles of oxalate ions we have taken? 5 moles of oxalate ions. 5 moles of oxalate ions, 2 moles of permanganate ions interacting with each other. In which medium? Acidic medium. Okay. So in this reaction, here, these are reactants. What are these? Reactants. Now these reactants will give rise to, okay, now products. Now what will be products? We have to understand. Generally, in MnO4 minus, what is the charge of each manganese? Charge on each manganese is +7. The charge on manganese is +7 here. Okay, Mn +7 is available there. In acidic medium, Mn+7 ion reduces to Mn+2. Mn+7 converts into what? Mn+2. That means what now? Mn+7 is reduced to give Mn+2. So the MnO4 minus ion, permanganate ion, is undergoing what? Is undergoing reduction. MnO4 minus ion is itself undergoing reduction. If anything undergoes reduction on itself, it will act as which agent? Oxidizing agent. Permanganate ion acts as which agent? Oxidizing agent, because it itself undergoes what here? Reduction. So this oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent. Why it is oxidizing agent? Why it is oxidizing agent? Because it itself undergoes what? Reduction. Now from where to where the reduction is taking place? From which charge to which charge of manganese? Mn+7 is changed into Mn+2. That's why the Mn+7 will get equal to Mn+2. Whenever metal ion is there, the metal ion is in aqueous form. So aqueous Mn+2 is produced here. Aqueous Mn+2 is produced. That one keep in mind. Okay. Next, see here. This 16 H plus ions will take 8 oxygen atoms here. 2 into 4, how many oxygens? 2 into 4, 8 oxygen atoms there, which are taken up by 16 H plus ions. So 16 H plus ions will take up 8 oxygen atoms to give 8 H2O molecules. Yes. 8 H2O. 16 H plus 8 oxygen atoms will combine to form 8 H2O molecules. So 8 H2O produced. Now, here C2O4 minus 2. C2O4 minus 2. So in this now C2O4 minus 2, each carbon has how much we have to understand here. Each oxygen minus 2. Minus 2 into 2, minus 4. Minus 2 into 4, minus 8 na here. Minus 2 each oxygen here. Minus 2 into 4, minus 8. Out of minus 8, already minus 2 is there, the net charge. Overall charge minus 2 already there. Out of minus 8 by oxygen atoms, minus 2 already there means minus 6 is cancelled. Minus 6 is cancelled by what? Plus 6. Now 2 carbon atoms must be having what? Plus 6. Then each carbon should be having what? Plus 3. A carbon has what now? Plus 3. Each carbon has plus 3 charge. Each carbon atom has what now? Plus 3 charge. Okay, so each carbon is having plus 3 in oxalate ion. This plus 3 charge is oxidized to give CO2. Plus 3 charge of carbon goes to plus 4 charge. So plus 3 oxidizes to plus 4. Then here from this C2O4 minus 2, which molecules are produced here? CO2 molecules are produced. CO2 molecules. Now, how many carbon atoms here? 5 into 2, 10 atoms of carbon. Then how many CO2 should be formed? 10. So 10 CO2 formed here. 10 CO2 are produced here. Is that clear, ma'am? So here 5 into 4, 10 oxygen atoms. 5 into 4, 10. Here 10 into 2, 20. So 5 into 4, 20 atoms here. So 5 into 4, 20 atoms of oxygen here. 10 into 2, 20 atoms of oxygen. Like this here, CO2 molecules are obtained from oxalate ions. So oxalate ions will be oxidized to give CO2. So 5 molecules of 5 moles of oxalate ions oxidized to give 10 moles of CO2 molecules here. So here carbon oxidation state coding is +4. So what is the charge of carbon here? +4. What is charge of carbon in this? Each carbon has +3 here. So C +3 changed into C +4. Now oxalate ions are undergoing what? Themselves oxidation. When they undergo oxidation themselves, they act as which agent? Reducing agent. Here, these ions act as what here? Reducing agent. So these oxalate ions come from what? Oxalic acid. From H2, C2O4. From H2C2O4. From oxalic acid, we have got oxalate ions. Now, actually, this reaction is between potassium permanganate versus oxalic acid. KMnO4 is what? Potassium permanganate. What is H2C2O4? Oxalic acid. Is that clear, ma? So, say H2C2O4, we can write like COOH bond COOH. It is what here? Oxalic acid. Same both. COOH taken twice. COOH taken twice we can write. Otherwise, H2C2O4. H2C2O4. H2C2O4 is the formula of what? Oxalic acid. From oxalic acid, which anions we get? Oxalate ions. These oxalate ions act as which agents? Reducing agents. And MnO4 minus act as what? Oxidizing agent. Okay, so now potassium permanganate reacts with oxalic acid. In which medium here? Acidic medium. In acidic medium, the reaction is going on. In acidic medium, always the Mn+7 ions will be reduced to give Mn+2. Mn+7 will be reduced to Mn+2. And C+3 oxidizes to C+4. C+3 of oxalate ions will be oxidized to give C+4 in CO2 molecules. So this area we have to understand here. Now tell me, from this balanced equation, from this balanced ionic reaction, this is an example of what? Ionic reaction, remember. Ionic reaction, because ions are involved here. In this ionic reaction, what is the molecular weight? Here, how many species of reactants totally? 6. What here? 5. CO2, C2O4 there, 16 H plus there, 2 MnO4 minus there. Now 2 plus 16, 18, 18 plus 5, 23. 23 reacting species colliding with each other from balanced equation. If you look at the balanced equation, 23 reacting particles are there colliding with each other. Now, can the molecularity of this reaction be 23? Molecularity of this reaction appears to be 23. Is it possible? Not possible. Molecularity reaction appearing here. So, molecularity. Molecularity of this reaction appears to be 23. Is it possible 23 molecularity? No, which is not possible. It's not possible. So molecularity 23 is not possible always. Remember. So it is not possible value. Is it clear? So it is about what now here? The molecularity of a complex reactions. Maximum molecularity should be what now? 3. So then what we have to know here? We have to write steps of this complex reaction. Whenever molecularity appears to be more than 3, we have to understand that the given reaction is complex reaction. Complex reaction occurs in different steps now. For every individual step, we have to see the molecularity, but we should not see the molecularity of overall complex reaction. It is overall complex reaction. Many steps are there in this. That all steps you will study in ion electron method, balancing of ionic reactions by using ion electron method. In that concept of stoichiometry, you will study all these things: oxidation, reduction reactions, balancing of ionic reactions. In that concept, we will study what? These are all steps of this type of complex reactions. Okay, so remember that there are many steps in this ionic reaction. In every step, there will be molecularity. Means for every step, we have to say the molecularity. But molecularity of a total overall complex reaction is meaningless. That point we have to understand. Let's take the screenshot now. So it is about what now? Molecularity of reaction. Now next concept what we have to understand is that order of reaction. What is that one? Order of reaction. Order of reaction is given by N. Order of reaction given by N. Suppose one reaction I am taking N1 moles of A plus N2 moles of B reacting to form products. N1 moles of A reacting with N2 moles of B to give what? Products. In this reaction now, what is rate? Rate equals to rate constant K into concentration of A to the power of N1 into concentration of B to the power of N2. Okay. This is according to law of mass action. According to law of mass action. About law of mass action. Now, whatever the number of moles appear here in the balanced equation, that will raise to the power of concentration term of reactants. Here, number of moles of A, stoichiometric moles of A, will raise to the power of concentration of A. Stoichiometric number of moles of B, that is stoichiometric coefficient of B, will raise to the power of the concentration term of B. Means the stoichiometric coefficients of reactants, N1 and N2 will raise to the powers of concentration terms of reactants. This is according to what now here? Law of mass action. Now the rate can be written like this. Here rate appears to be this one. Now rate is equal to rate constant K into A to the power of X into B to the power of Y. This is according to rate law expression. According to rate law, the expression should be written like this here. Rate is equal to rate constant K into concentration of A to the power of X into concentration of B to the power of Y. This x value may or may not be equal to N1. Y value may or may not be equal to N2. This x and y values are obtained experimentally. X and y values are obtained only experimentally. These x and y values cannot be taken directly from balanced equation. stoichiometric equation. From balanced stoichiometric equation, we cannot take X value, Y value. But according to this equation, law of mass action, directly we can write N1 moles, N2 moles. That means here, if this reaction is a single step reaction, suppose, if the reaction is single step reaction, that means if the reaction is elementary reaction, we can write this way. This expression is correct. First expression is correct. If the reaction is what? Single step reaction, that is elementary reaction. Suppose if the given equation is complex, if the reaction is complex, we should use this type of expression. Is that clear, man? So this second expression, when we use, tell me. So this rate law expression is used if the reaction is complex. So this rate law expression or equation. This rate law expression is used if the given reaction is, if the given equation is of, the given equation is of what? A complex reaction. Complex reaction. Is the concept clear now? So if the given reaction is a complex reaction, we have to use what? Rate law expression according to rate law. There, this powers X and Y will not be equal to the stoichiometric coefficients of reactants. How to know whether the given reaction is complex or elementary? I told you, no? If the molecularity of the reaction is 3 or less than 3, that is single step may be possible. If the complex, if the given reaction is having molecularity more than 3, suppose, like 4HBr plus O2, like 2MnO4 plus 16H plus 5C2O4 minus 2. In that cases, molecularity appears to be more than what, ma? 3. In that cases, we have to take those reactions as what? Complex reactions. If the reaction is understood to be a complex reaction, we must follow what? Rate law. Rate law. And this expression must be used. If the reaction is single step elementary reaction, suppose, then we can follow this law. Is that clear, ma'am? So like this, now here X plus Y, X value plus Y value of this rate law expression is called order of reaction. What is the order of reaction here? The X plus Y values. X value plus Y value of the given rate law expression is called what? Order of reaction. So what is the order of reaction in this case now? Order of reaction is equal to what in this case now? X value plus Y value. What is X and Y here? What are the X and Y? X and Y are the powers of concentration terms of rate law expression. The powers of concentration terms of rate law expression. Is that clear, ma? So what are X and Y here? X and Y are the powers of concentration terms of reactants in which equation? Rate law equation or rate law expression. Rate law expression. Is the concept clear? So like this, what we have to understand is that here N1 plus N2. N1 plus N2 is taken as what? Molecularity, remember. N1 plus N2 is called molecularity, but X plus Y is called order of reaction. So what is the molecularity of this reaction? Molecularity of the same reaction is equal to what? N1 plus N2. N1 plus N2 is what now? Molecularity. Is that clear? Now N1 and N2 are what? Stoichiometric coefficients. What are N1 and N2 here? Stoichiometric coefficients. The sum of stoichiometric coefficients N1 plus N2 value is gives what now here? Molecularity. But remember that this N1 plus N2 value, molecularity value, should not be more than 3. That point keep in mind. And this X value plus Y value gives what? Order of reaction. It gives order of reaction. So this way we have to understand what now concept of molecularity and order of reaction. And when this X plus Y will become equal to N1 plus N2, when does X plus Y value, that is order of reaction, become equal to N1 plus N2 molecularity? If the reaction is single step reaction, if the reaction is single step reaction, here x1, x value plus y value will be equal to n1 plus n2. So if the reaction is elementary reaction, if the reaction is single step reaction, in that case, order of reaction is equal to molecularity of reaction. In that case, x value plus y value will give n1 plus n2. X plus y will become equal to n1 plus n2. Order of reaction becomes equal to molecularity for which type of reactions? For elementary reactions. But for complex reactions, this x plus y value order of reaction will not be equal to n1 plus n2. So the sum of stoichiometric coefficients, okay, is called molecularity. The sum of active moles, x plus y, called what now? Sum of active moles. SEM, sum of active moles. Active moles means x moles of A, y moles of B will decide the rate of reaction. The rate of reaction is determined by x moles of A, y moles of B. That point you have to remember. Take the screenshot now.